He has the balls to ram the final battle with a stupid, huge Peterbilt truck as if he knows how to drive one. He didn't even finish the school! Also, he goes to truck school.
Yeah, motherfucker. We're gonna take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 91 of the ScruffCast. I'm Jon.
And I'm Dan.
I'm just laughing because you're giving me that reassuring head nod of you nailed that intro, but that was before I even started the intro.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm leaning back on my chair today. I'm trying a new chilled out thing, so I'm trying to give you the cool surfer guy, yeah, man.
Oh, like the little Damien-esque vibes.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, you had the little smile, the side. The side cheek up smile, oh, nice. The sly guy smile. That's what
I don't have to go to work. I work on the beach type smile.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well,
back to my coconut hut.
As I was saying, this is episode 91 of the ScruffCast. Can you imagine if this was your first ever episode? You just found us somehow and you're listening.
Welcome.
Yeah, good to have you on board. Are you stuck in self-quarantine? Checking the iTunes charts?
They've watched every podcast. They're listening to every podcast they could have, and they've stumbled along ours.
They've seen all 1,000 episodes of Joe Rogan.
That's right.
Or he's even higher than that now, but anyways.
Yeah, that's the point.
Well, we're back. We're fresh off another watching of an episode of Love is Blind. It's starting to get good now. We're 4 episodes in.
Fantastic show.
And after this podcast, we are going to jump right into episode 5, maybe even episode 6.
You better believe it.
So
today, we're going to talk about what we actually haven't really talked about at all over the past couple weeks.
We have avoided it, surprisingly. I even had it in the notes a few times, but we never did.
But that goddamn coronavirus!
Yes, it has been... So, when I added it into the notes, here's what I added. Coronavirus is ruining everything we care about. It's time for the ScruffCast to cancel it. That was a couple days ago. It's already too much. It can't even be canceled.
Yeah.
It's canceled us.
Yeah, almost.
Well, yes, that is true.
One of us gets it. See ya. That's it. Especially you. If you get it, there's no podcast.
Well, because he's in my studio.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how to record.
Yes, that's true. That's true. You can't do it without me.
That's mostly it.
We had a listener email us. Do we want to go through that first before we really jump into the Corona talk?
Let's do it.
All right. Listener emailed us at scruffcast@gmail.com, just like you guys out there can. The subject line is Scummies, with an exclamation. The name of my bar, where you visited while in town for a heist, was named Scummies, trademarked.
This is from... I threw in that trademark.
Yes, this is... he's our litigation guy. This is from our friend Chris, who was on the show one time when we were discussing... I don't even remember. It was like TV show plot ideas or something?
Something like that. I don't know.
Anyways, there was a bar and his name's Scummies. All right. Chris goes on to say, Dude, Dan, I'm sorry in advance, but I just have to slander you on the podcast a little bit. Please forgive me.
You know what's funny? He writes that in there. I have to slander you. Realistically, I could have read this email and just be like, no, we got no emails this week. You know?
Yeah, we can read it to ourselves.
I have full control over this. There's no emails this week. Sorry, guys. And then he'd be like, oh, man, I shouldn't have slandered Dan, you know? It's like Chinese censorship. That's what we do on the podcast here.
Yeah, it's over there.
If we don't like the way you're talking about us, that's it.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Does not go out in our media.
All right, we're in full control here.
Unfortunately, I didn't do that this time, so let's hear the slander.
I have to slander you a little bit, so please forgive me. Spencer Confidential is the most mediocre pick to ever make the top 5 list. Woof! Coming in with the heat.
That's a hot take. Okay.
That is a hot take.
Let's hear his stupid explanation.
It's a good movie if you're looking for Mark Wahlberg to just punchify some people as a do-good, fall-from-grace cop turned citizen.
Now I'm going to stop you right there. Because guess what? That's all I want.
So it is a good movie then.
That is a good movie. Because that's all I want. There's nothing I love more than a good short guy action movie. People know this by now. I love Mission Impossibles, and I love Mark Wahlberg. You got Tom Cruise.
Holding it down for the little guys.
Holding it down for the little guys, right? So Mark Wahlberg, all I want to see him do is punchify people. That's all I care about. I don't want to see Mark Wahlberg in a drama, a rom-com. I don't want to see that.
No.
Give me some Mark Wahlberg punching people.
I like that word, punchify.
Punchify. All right, let's continue.
If you want to see him punchify some people as a do-good, fall-from-grace cop turned citizen. But it truly feels like the Funky Bunch wrote this movie on the fly as they were filming. For our younger listeners, the Funky Bunch was it was Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Yeah.
You may remember the song "Good Vibrations,"
Real
which is what
funny.
you experience on the when you listen to the podcast every week.
Good. That was smooth.
Dude,
I'll give you that. I'll give you the head nod again for that one.
does the word vibes, good vibes, does that come from vibrations?
Yeah. So it's like Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch were the first ones
Damn.
talking about the good vibes.
Okay.
All right.
The more you know. Starts off typical cop movie, and then for some reason, spoilers. So we're about to just full on spoil Spencer Confidential. I'll be glad I can remove it from my Netflix list after this. Spoilers, he teams up with some big black guy who was a former inmate turned boxer who has a huge conscience randomly.
No, first off, you find out he has a good conscience in the beginning when he's like he likes Mark Wahlberg's dog. He leaves a dog behind, and then he's become friends with the dog. He's befriended the dog, even though he's like him and Mark Wahlberg aren't buddies yet. He befriends the dog, so you already tell he's got a heart of gold. You know that right from the start.
Okay, Chris, you might be all over the place here. He has a huge conscience randomly. He, for some reason, relies on Post Malone to provide him with critical information just because the aforementioned black guy was going to bang his girl.
Well, hold on now. He doesn't rely on Post Malone. He relies on the character Post Malone plays, okay? He doesn't just randomly go to a Post Malone concert in the movie and like, hey, Post Malone, do you have any information on this? And then he gives him that information, okay? That doesn't happen. He's an actor in this, okay? He's playing a character who's in prison.
How was his acting? Was it serviceable?
Yeah, no issues. It was good.
What's his character's name?
I don't remember.
Post?
His name's Post Malone.
He relies on Post Malone to provide him with critical information just because the aforementioned black guy was going to bang his girl. ... And then, in capitals, he has the balls to ram the final battle with a stupid, huge Peterbilt truck as if he knows how to drive one. He didn't even finish the school. Also, he goes to truck school.
Yeah, okay, that happened.
This sounds wild.
Okay,
I like even better that I didn't watch this.
I'm going to explain the truck school thing to you, okay? Because he comes out of prison, right? And now he can't become a cop again, right? And he knows like all the cops in his town hate him now because, you know, what happened. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to become a truck driver. I'm a truck driver. I'm going to drive to live in Arizona and just drive trucks for the rest of my life. That's going to be my thing. So he starts going to truck school. That's it, okay? Now,
trucks like 18-wheelers?
18-wheelers. Now, it is not unreasonable to think that he would know how to drive that truck. And I'll give you a damn good reason why, okay? We had a Peterbilt truck at work, funny enough, okay? Me, I have a G license. Now, I don't have a DZ, I don't have an AZ license. But guess what? I knew how to drive that truck. Not legally, but I knew how to drive it.
So if you were in the event where it was like a fight and you needed to break it up by ramming a truck into it, you would manage.
I could do it. And I didn't even go to truck driving school. If Mark Wahlberg even had one truck driving school lesson, he would know even more than me.
Fair enough. And his character was a cop, right? So, he's a smart guy, I guess.
Exactly.
I haven't seen it.
So, yeah, take that.
All in all, 6 out of 10, worth a watch for a funny buddy cop movie that doesn't really have a buddy, but has Marky Mark take down a casino mogul, wannabe corrupt police department, all while being out on probation and not seeing his probation office once.
Because it was in the span of like a day, 2 days. You don't have to check in that often. I think.
I don't know. I've never been on probation or known.
Okay, first off, this movie gets a 7 out of 10. I know I'm only grading it in one more than what he's grading it, but a 6 out of 7 is a big difference.
That is a big difference.
It is.
You bring home a 6 out of 10 on your test? That's cool.
You're talking about like a girl.
No.
Bring home a 6 out of 10. Hey, a 7?
No, you bring it like a 6 out of 10 like home on your test, your parents beat you. You bring it a 7 out of 10, they're just disappointed and you don't eat dinner. It's a big difference.
Exactly. Big difference. Okay? The movie gets a 7 out of 10. Because how many times have we goddamn talked about it, okay? You take movies for what they are.
Yes, exactly.
I didn't go into this movie thinking, you know what? Mark Wahlberg might be nominated for an Oscar. Post Malone might get Best Supporting Actor for this, you know? I was not going into this expecting that. I was expecting exactly what it gave me, you know? Well, some good action, a few funny parts, and a good, and a happy ending. That's all I wanted in this movie, and I got it.
It's exactly like you said. You have to set your expectations going into the movie. Now, we talked about something off the air a little bit earlier where you were saying one of the things that you love is that random Sunday, late morning, early afternoon action movie on TV.
Yeah, like on Showcase or something like that.
Right? Because the movie's chosen for you and you go, okay. And you know what you're getting.
Yep.
You're not gonna go into that movie and expect to be blown away. Be like, oh,
yeah, exactly.
this was based on a book. I gotta go get that book.
You're just like, you're just in it for like, the action scenes and stuff like that, right? That's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. It's a lazy Sunday. You're just kind of laying on the couch. Yeah, what the hell? Throw this on. So as movies, if you fall asleep for a little bit, not the end of the world. You're not gonna miss a whole lot of plot line.
Yeah, you read
Sometimes movies like that are just good.
A sentence or two on Wikipedia for the hour you missed, and you're caught up.
Okay, let's continue this email.
Yes, because
there's more to this outrageously long email.
Yes, because they also wrote in their top 5 for last week, which was Netflix original TV series and movies.
Yeah.
Number 5, Chef's Table. This is a little documentary series that are hour-long episodes which follow different world-renowned. He wrote world rebound.
Wow.
like chefs,
wow.
Like chefs.
Way to go, Chris. Way to go.
Like chefs who couldn't make it, so they're like, they just got fired, so they're on the rebound. World-renowned chefs who are kind of visionaries in their field. Some of the episodes are excellent and stand out among the rest, which are in their own rights very good. It's an interesting look at behind the scenes of the mind of a world-class chef.
That does sound kind of interesting, actually.
Number 4.
Although, I'd like it more if it was world rebound chefs.
Yeah, that Netflix might have an idea if
there we go.
On their hands, if they're listening. Number 4, The Witcher. This should have been on my list, but I forgot about it. Based on the video game and book series, it's a fantasy show that follows a hunter/mercenary who kills monsters and things alike for pay. It's a bit confusing for people who don't know the story, but by no means do you need to know the game or books before watching. I actually watched before playing the game and found that the characters were portrayed so well, I had to include it. Henry Cavill, or Cavill, I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce his name.
I think it's Cavill.
Henry Cavill is a standout in how well he plays the main character, Geralt. I have no problems with that choice at all. Number 3, Big Mouth. I've watched the first season of the show. This is truly one of the funniest shows I've watched in a long time. Also an animated show, it follows the tales of a few preteen kids who are struggling with their hormone monsters and battling through puberty. Super funny and lewd, worth a watch. Number 2, When They See Us. This is another docu-series, a bit more theatrical than some others of theirs, more of a limited series. It tells the story of the Central Park 5, which is as unbelievable as it is brutal. Some of the things that happen make you question how something like this could actually happen in the real world, and not as long ago as the events and struggles would make it seem. Ooh, we're getting some heavy hitters here.
Yeah. Right.
Honorable mention. I just added this to my list yesterday, but I haven't watched it. Love, Death, Robots. This is a little mini-series that they put out that's made up of some mini animated episodes, similar to Black Mirror, where every episode is different from the previous and follows its own story. Some are incredibly trippy and amazing. Highest recommendation an honorable mention could get. Number 1, Stranger Things. Difficult to not have this as number 1. Totally agree with you guys that the second season was a fitting end. It was a cultural phenomenon, absolutely great storytelling with a nostalgic feel that really let you connect with the characters and story, even though it was absolutely bonkers. Loved every minute of the first season especially, and wish I could watch it again for the first time. Sent from my Pi phone.
If he sent this email 2 days ago, that would have made a lot more sense.
What do you mean?
National Pi Day.
Ah. Is that why he sent it from his Pi phone?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. We're going to need a follow-up to let us know. But as always, we appreciate every listener that writes into us.
Some more than others, but we still appreciate them.
Yes, just like Chris did to ScruffCast@gmail.com. Are you guys listening to the show, hearing us say, write in, please? And then I know you guys are out there. I know some of you are shy. We said this last week. Just write in.
Yeah.
We'll be gentle.
We've been speaking to you.
Yes, we know. We know who you are.
We know who you are now.
Yes.
Write into us.
That should be more worrying, that we know that you listen and don't write in.
Yeah, exactly.
You see, you hear what we do to the listeners who do write in when we shred their emails on the podcast. So
we might just call you out for not writing in.
And you don't want that.
No.
I'm taking a sip of my tea and I'm just giving you the look right now.
I've got the Kermit the Frog meme going on right now. That's none of my business.
Exactly.
Everybody's going to be quarantined soon anyway,
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Listen to the ScruffCast. Email in.
We always say, is Grandma stuck at the nursing home? Go and see her and tell her about the ScruffCast. Well, now you can't because you're not allowed to visit.
Grandma right now. No.
But if you had done your civic duty of going to the nursing home and telling everyone about the ScruffCast, then maybe they'd know about it before coronavirus comes and kills them.
She'd have auto-download on already.
Yeah, exactly.
Every Wednesday morning, boom, she gets ScruffCast.
Because you know that otherwise you'd be getting a message. Well, not a message. You'd be getting like a call or something.
Yeah.
Or like a Facebook post on your wall, even though it was supposed to be a direct message. Hey, Jeremy. I just picked a random name.
Yeah.
Nobody that we know. Jeremy, I can't find the ScruffCast. That'd actually be good like promo, because then people will be like, oh, Jeremy, who's this old lady writing on your wall? But what is this ScruffCast?
Oh.
But anyways, as we were saying, you should be letting everyone know about it during these trying times.
That's right. All right.
We just wanted to let the silence sink in.
Yeah, let that all sink
You got a
in,
lot of
right?
time to kill because you're quarantined. So,
Yeah.
all right. As we almost started getting into before, but we got to get into it. We haven't talked to it for a while about it at all. Actually,
No.
The coronavirus,
Okay, you know what?
COVID-19, whatever you want to call it.
I'm changing the position.
Oh, Dan's
here.
sitting
Hold on.
forward. He was doing the cool
might
guy
be a
lean
little,
back.
Might be a little noise here while I move the mic and shift it around a little.
But it's worth it for the serious takes.
Yeah, it's getting serious now, so I gotta lean forward.
All right.
Professional.
First, somehow, if you don't know, the coronavirus. It's this new virus going around.
For those of you who don't know about it,
What are the odds if somebody knows about the ScruffCast but doesn't know about the coronavirus? Oh, honey, did you hear about this coronavirus?
people who don't know about the coronavirus are already in their underground bunker. So,
Yeah.
they already assumed that this would happen.
Exactly. They're preppers. You know what? I will say, so one of the guys at work, his dad is was sort of ahead of the curve, right? He was really worried about the coronavirus. Mm-hmm. And he would be sending him emails and stuff like, when will it end? And stuff like that. So we were talking today, briefly at work, about how everyone's been panicking, right? And going out and buying toilet paper and stuff, which we'll get into all of it, because it's the only thing we got on our agenda this week.
That's it, yeah.
And he was saying that he went to look back. The first email he got from his dad about start stocking stuff up, February 25th. And the email was titled, Get Ready.
Wow, he was on it.
Yeah, he was
Good
on
for
it.
him.
So...
It's getting a little wild upstairs.
Yeah, it's getting a little rowdy. They're preparing to quarantine themselves.
I think someone just found out they got the coronavirus.
No. None of that probably even came in on the mic.
No, probably not.
Anyways, so it's this virus that started it's what they call a novel coronavirus, which if something's novel just means it's never been seen before.
Right.
And the theory is that it came from somebody eating like a bat soup or something like this, or it was originally like a disease being carried by bats, and then it made the jump to humans.
Yes.
Which, I don't know how these things happen. I'm not a scientist. I imagine most of you don't come to the ScruffCast for your science news. But then from there, it just spread.
Yeah.
All throughout China, thousands and thousands, 80,000 people in China got infected. Mm-hmm. In this one specific province. And then it made the jump from people who went to travel to China, traveling back to Europe. So Italy was one of the first major ones affected. They're on a full lockdown there.
Yeah.
And then it's slowly starting to spread now here in Canada and the U.S. And it's really ratcheted up just in the past week.
And there's a reason for that. It was ever since the sports got canceled.
That's what made it real.
As soon as the NBA went down, everybody lost their minds. And I'm seeing it firsthand because I work at a small grocery store or whatever, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Boutique farmers market.
Boutique farmers market, thank you. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, status quo. Everything was normal. Friday, shit show. Absolute shit show. They canceled the NBA on the
Wednesday night.
Oh, was it Wednesday or Thursday night?
It was Wednesday night because Thursday night they canceled the NHL.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Thursday
That's what
Yeah.
spooked people. They canceled the NHL.
Because here in Canada, that's when it got
Exactly,
serious.
yes. And then it got serious, and then people just started buying stuff like crazy. It was ridiculous.
There's a lot of things. So I think in that 24-hour period of Wednesday night till Thursday, the NBA paused the season. The NHL paused the season. Tom Hanks said he got coronavirus. Fast and Furious 9 said we're coming out next year now instead.
I texted you this too. I said these are all my favorite things. I love basketball, I love hockey, I love Tom Hanks, And I love me some Fast and Furious. This is like this is a personal attack on me.
They're coming for us.
Yeah.
And then Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, his wife tested positive.
Yeah.
All on that same day.
Crazy.
Right? So it's pretty crazy. Since then, more things have happened. Right? So in a lot of cities in the U.S., they are starting to like close places down and like shutting down restaurants and stuff.
Yeah. They
can only serve takeout. Some places are like, reducing it to only like 50% capacity and stuff like that. Theaters and stuff are being closed. Here in Canada, it's kind of like places are closing, but there's no sort of government mandates. Like I know in the US, like in LA and Seattle and New York, for example, the government is like, no, you have to shut down.
That's
like restaurants, you have to be closed. They close gyms and stuff. So, oh man, that's really gonna affect me, not being able to go to the gym.
Oh, I know. Tell me about it.
Gonna gain some pounds.
Yeah, but like Trudeau had his press conference today, and people thought like that'd be it. He's gonna lock down everything.
Yeah,
and it didn't happen. Nothing happened. Even we were kind of like things were up in the air for even doing this, right? Like doing the podcast today. It was kind of like, oh yeah, like we'll see kind of how it goes.
But
right?
it's worth it for the listeners.
That's right.
We'll sacrifice ourselves.
Yeah, but nothing happened, so it didn't matter. Like,
well, I mean, if Trudeau said we gotta lock everything down, the ScruffCast doesn't listen to the rules.
I mean, I can still come here. Like, you're not allowed to, right?
You're not allowed. You gotta log in.
Yeah, exactly. So,
excuse me, are you here for business purposes? Man, well, the ScruffCast doesn't make any money.
Technically, but yeah, it's a corporation.
What was I going to say? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Surprisingly, so Canada announced like a travel ban of like no international travel. Like people coming from Europe over to here. Apparently, and no person showing symptoms is allowed to board a plane into Canada. Mm-hmm. Even Canadians.
Yeah.
Even Canadian, which is crazy. But they said that they were going to work on, I don't know, if you're stranded, like helping support like financially to get
put
back
you on a
stuff.
boat somewhere.
Yeah, so it's kind of all up in the air. Dude, it's just been so crazy because when I wrote this thing in the notes, okay, coronavirus is ruining everything we care about. It's time for the ScruffCast to cancel it. Shit just exploded and like, rocketed up just over the past 4 or 5 days.
I'm curious to where we're going to be a week from now.
Yeah.
Next Monday when we record this, where we're going to be.
It's crazy. So we're recording this on a Monday.
Yeah, so even by the time people hear this,
it could be out of date.
It's a day-to-day thing, yeah.
It's pretty crazy because there was rumors sort of floating around that they were going to do a lockdown here and pretty much close everything down except non-essential stuff. So just keep like grocery stores, pharmacies, gas stations, stuff like that open. But surprisingly, in the Trudeau's press conference today, none of that.
No, which I mean, by the time people are listening to us, it
could very well be.
Yeah, you never know.
This is a scary thing. So now I don't know how all the listeners listening feel about it because you just kind of think like, first it was like, it's over in China, right? It's far away. Like,
didn't even think about it.
Remember when SARS happened? I remember everybody was saying that was a big deal. I don't know. We were like 12.
We were pretty young, yeah. So.
And it was just kind of like, okay.
Whatever, yeah.
But didn't affect us in any way.
No.
This one is just like on a total different level because we're seeing these things close down, which is like insane. Dude, they closed down the casinos in Las Vegas. Wild. If the casinos are willing to lose money, it's some serious stuff.
Yeah, no, it's true.
It's just crazy. And one of the things that makes it so scary is that you can, even before you're, so you can get infected, but you don't show symptoms for a couple of days. It could be like 5-6 days.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah, I heard 5 days, yeah.
But during that time, you still can infect other people without them knowing.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to
tell who has it. And,
to
stop it. You can't stop it.
And the problem is, too, that, originally my thought was like, it's kind of some scary shit, right? But, we're young, relatively healthy.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I get it, probably be sick, but like, we wouldn't die. But then the danger is, in that time before you know that you're sick, you'll infect other people, and those people, it's like a butterfly effect. And then
you could go visit Granny.
Exactly, and then you're going to infect the people who are vulnerable.
Yeah.
Right, because it's mostly older people.
That's the scary thing, yeah.
Being killed with this, without you knowing, right? So a lot of people are calling out for like social distancing, which means just hanging out inside, not going anywhere. And I'm like, I've been doing this all along.
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
Exactly. So crazy times, man. Crazy times. There's a story in South Korea. So right after China, Japan and South Korea were, because they're the two closest countries there, were like the two countries that got hit the hardest. And in Korea, they did a really good job of containing people up to like the first 30 patients. But then patient number 31 didn't practice this social distancing.
ruined it.
Yeah, they ruined it for everybody. They think that this one patient in particular,
Patient 31,
is responsible for 80% of the infections in Korea, which
Wild,
is insane. Basically, they didn't heed the advice. They went to church and stuff, and it's like one of those church where they're sitting really close and they're
touching
praying,
each other's buttholes and stuff.
Whatever they do, I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, if you got coronavirus and you touch someone's butthole, that's a surefire way to get them sick.
That's it. It's like drinking a beer through your butthole. One beer, you're drunk. Like, that's it. That's all you need, right?
So if coronavirus gets in through the butthole,
goes right into the blood system. That's how it goes.
You don't even have the 5 days.
Not let them touch your butt at church, especially the priests.
Dude, there was a story where in Washington D.C. a priest got tested positive for coronavirus.
Really?
And just before that,
I did hear about that.
Just before that, they had a mass, and he's like handing out the
host.
The host, yeah.
Yeah. What's funny is obviously Anna's family's like quite religious.
Yeah.
Especially her grandmother who lives with them. They live like pretty much across the street from a church, so she goes every Sunday. She goes like throughout the week and stuff too. They close the church.
Oh, they closed
church? Yeah, no church.
Oh.
So Anna's brother found like a live stream of a church in like Europe, and set it up on the TV so she could watch it from home.
Dude, having that religion would be comforting when you're that old.
For sure, especially in times like this, right?
Yeah. Because you think,
absolutely.
Oh man, what's going to happen?
All jokes aside, yeah, like it is for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought we were going to have like way more in depth to go on this, but it's just crazy. Dude, it got to the level, even Jaime called to check in.
Yeah.
He goes, son, there's virus out there. That's pretty bad. It's really scary. Which I was glad that my dad called to be like, oh man, it's scary, instead of being like, yeah. Because he lives with my grandfather who, if Vuvu gets coronavirus, he's dead for sure.
It's like
100%.
you got to take it
He's
seriously.
old. He's at that age. He's like 85.
I don't think there's a reason to panic.
No.
But you have to take it seriously still.
This is the thing I've been reading about online. It's like if you wait until it seems like it's time to panic, then it's already too late.
It's too late, yeah.
Right? So if it seems like you're overreacting, then that just means you're reacting in time.
Yeah.
Because of how it exponentially grows. Because the way it works is
1 infects 2, 2 infects 4, 4 infects 6,
exactly.
so on and so forth. Yeah.
Like viruses or diseases have this thing called like an R naught, which is like a property of it, which is how many people get infected from every person who's infected. So for like the flu, it's like 1.3, right? So every person who gets the flu, on average, would infect like 1.3 people or something like
That's
that.
it, right? That's
yeah. There's
probably more.
Whereas this is like 2 to 3.
Oh, okay.
So, and especially because you don't know if you're sick until you get symptoms. And some people don't even get symptoms. Guy at work actually told me someone in Korea died, and then they found out after he had it.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
He had no idea he had it and just died?
That's what he said. He told me he died, and then they found out after that he had it, so they didn't know that was the case.
What?
Yeah, it's some scary stuff.
Just drop it dead?
I like to think the guy was old.
He must have been. Good call. Yeah, but no, like there's like the basketball player, Donovan Mitchell. He's been quarantined since Thursday. Like he found out he tested positive Thursday. Still, he said he still hasn't shown any symptoms. Feels fine.
That's scary, man. Because then, like, just one day you're gonna wake up and feel like shit. Or I don't know, but these guys are also athletes, so they're really
it just passes right through you. You have an extremely mild case, and it doesn't really affect you, right?
That's almost more scary because you would never go to the doctor,
and you could pass it on to somebody else because you don't even feel like you're sick. You may just wake up one day feeling a little off, and the next day you're fine, right? Like, but really, you're carrying the virus.
You have no idea. That's like Tom Hanks. I don't think he's actually shown any symptoms or anything. I don't even know why he got tested. Maybe because they're working on a movie set, just a precautionary measure.
Maybe he found out he came in contact with somebody.
Yeah,
or something
I saw. So he was quarantined there, and they rolled in a volleyball to keep him company, like painted like Wilson from Casper.
I heard about that.
But also just saw earlier today, Idris Elba.
Yeah, he was another one.
Tested positive, and he's like, I haven't shown any symptoms. I'm feeling all right so far. So
the scary thing about Tom Hanks is he's diabetic.
Yeah, and he's also older.
He's like 63 or something like that, right? And his wife had breast cancer. Which I didn't know, but
yeah, him and his wife both tested positive.
Yeah.
You may remember her as the wife from Jingle All the Way, one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it is her. Yeah,
that's the one place I remember her from.
Right,
Rita Wilson.
I thought she looked familiar.
She's aged quite a bit since then, though.
She has. Well, I mean, she's probably also like 60, right?
That's true. When that movie came out, what was I? Like 2? I don't even know.
Probably not too far off. Yeah,
but
well, like just a treasure. Tom Hanks is, eh? I love Tom
And you know
Hanks.
what people were saying in a movie about like a guy who gets coronavirus, the first guy or whatever? It would be Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks would play that character.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
He'd play the guy.
For sure, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
I
dude,
love
if
Tom
it
Hanks,
takes
man.
someone that's like universally loved like that,
all hell's gonna break loose. Dude, I don't think there's anybody who doesn't like Tom Hanks. Like, even the black people on Twitter were like, damn, this is the most unproblematic guy, come on. Like, And if they're all saying that, then I believe it.
Yeah, dude. If even the K-pop stands come out for you.
Yeah, exactly. You got all the funny letters, the funny symbols in their Twitter names, and they're all like backing you. It means business, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's crazy. Well, hopefully, I don't know. It's like
it's so hard.
It's not that this thing is that deadly. It's not like you get it. It's like instant kill. It's not that bad, but it's still something to take seriously. You still don't want to get it.
No, and you definitely don't want to pass it on to somebody else.
Yeah, who it could be much more.
Yeah. And so one of the big things I've been seeing online is the idea of like flattening the curve. Right?
Yeah.
Which essentially means if there's no containment at all, right? People aren't practicing this social distancing, which is just, avoiding other people, staying home. And there's like no quarantines or anything like that. Just a free-for-all. A lot of people will get sick at the same time. Right? And it's just like, if you look at a graph, it's just going to be a huge spike. Right? And it will overwhelm the healthcare system.
Yeah.
Right? And this kind of, whether it's like, healthcare system like we have here in Europe or like there's in the US, it doesn't really matter because there's only a certain amount of like hospital beds and stuff like that.
Handle,
right?
Yeah.
Because when these people get sick, dude, people are still out there like breaking their legs, having heart attacks, like a whole bunch of shit happening.
There's still the normal people having normal. Yeah.
And those people got to go to the hospital when stuff like that happens to them. So if all these other people get sick at once and it overwhelms the system, these people can't be treated and then they ended up dying, which essentially would be preventable deaths. So the idea of flattening the curve is that by socially distancing yourself and washing your hands and being careful and stuff like this, over time, so the disease will be around longer. It will take longer until it fades away.
Yeah.
But the peak will be a lower overall number, so it won't overwhelm that system, and you're going to avoid those deaths. So you're trading like a shorter, large spike of people getting sick for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
Probably the same overall number of people, but the peak is lower.
Yes. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
And then you get to a point where the people that are recovered is higher than the number of people that
eventually, slowly,
have it, that are infected by it.
It's pretty crazy. I don't know. It's so small here. Canada's got I don't know, between 35 and 40 million people.
Yeah, and there's 350, 400 cases right now?
Yeah, something like that, right? I mean, it's going up slowly and slowly every day. But in Italy, it's so bad, it's just a permanent lockdown there, right? Yeah. My sister actually has a friend who lives there, and she was texting back and forth with her, and she showed me the text, and her friend was saying that you can't really go outside unless you have a good reason, you're going to get groceries or something.
Yeah.
And then you have to fill out a form in case they stop you to see what you're doing, where you're going.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. It sucks it got to that point, but
it got to that point because apparently the way things are here in North America, it's following the same sort of trend, but it's about 10 days behind.
Right.
It really is, right? So then they had to do the lockdown, which is, it's unfortunate, but that will really help slow things down. Yeah. So if things get to that point here and then they don't do the lockdown, it's gonna be a shit show.
The same kind of thing.
I'm seeing on Twitter everybody at Disneyland just packed close together. It's dude, one person's sick, everybody gets sick.
Yeah, spring break right now too.
Yeah,
right?
I saw people at the beach and stuff. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
And apparently it's so bad in Italy that the doctors are pretty much have to decide who lives and who dies. By saying we can't, we don't have anybody else.
Yeah.
We cannot.
They're at this point they're not treating elderly people anymore. Because it's kind of you've lived your life. It's sad.
Crazy
It
stuff.
shouldn't have to
I
come
saw
to
a story that a 17-day-old baby got coronavirus, but they survived.
Yeah, which is wild that it's not affecting kids.
Which is so strange.
Because it's the two ends of the spectrum, right? Infants, babies, whatever, and old people. It's their immune systems are weaker, right? Babies is just beginning, it's just starting out kind of thing, right? And an older person's just ending. I don't know. You know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah, they've been around longer, right? But one of the things that I saw is it might not be as age-related as people think because a lot of the early data came from China where it's a lot of old people there are smokers. So, having lung problems or whatever obviously will have a big effect. That could even be a bigger factor than just being older. But if you're 80 plus, dude, it's 15 to 20%. You're not gonna have a chance.
Yeah,
right. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's the way. Yeah, that's that's a lot of illnesses though, right?
That's the thing. I mean,
if you get pneumonia at that age,
yeah,
it's tough to come out of that.
Yeah,
especially if you have any kind of pre-existing health issues or anything like that. And, I don't know. There's a good chance you're not coming out, right? So Again, this isn't the most deadly disease, but it's still something that's got to be watched.
No,
right?
the scary thing is how it can spread without you knowing, because you could have it but not know. But yeah,
exactly.
wild that it doesn't, like, apparently kids get infected by it, but it doesn't really hurt them. But they can still spread it.
Which is like crazy.
Yeah,
it's just so strange.
I think
don't
like
understand
no
that.
one under 20 died in China from the disease or something like that. I could be pulling these numbers out of my ass. I don't know. Listeners, if you want to correct these, write in and tell us.
Yeah, please.
If we're still around next week. Dude, this is just crazy. I'm so curious to know what it's going to be like next Monday.
Yeah.
Because last Monday it's like, all right, see you, man.
I'm gonna like next week if we're still doing a podcast, and if shit hasn't absolutely hit the fan, we're not talking coronavirus. That's it. This is the last time we're gonna talk about it. Because ScruffCast should bring people joy. You know?
It should, yeah. We
should
started
be the
off
happy
funny,
times.
and then it kind of...
Yeah, exactly. There should be the fun, happy times people get to listen to not have to worry about work. That's the thing about sports, and I think that's why people are having such a hard time with
It's a good
this,
distraction.
Because sports is something that unites people in a time of need, right? Like, now, This is obviously for sports fans, right? It's not for everybody, but you take that away, and we don't have that. It's like, well, now what? Like, it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you don't like sports, it's hard to pick a comparison for you. Let's say you love, a certain TV show. It's like Imagine Then. They just don't have that anymore.
Yep.
Right? Because, like, dude, it's even halted our fantasy hockey league.
Yeah, it's getting pretty crazy.
It's crazy. And before they decided to pause the season, they were originally going to, in some, like for some teams where in the state it was like pushed by the government, like they banned large events, they were going to play in front of empty crowds. Like nobody else in the stadium. And I'm disappointed because I really want to see what that would look like.
Me too. I was curious. I'm not gonna lie. They may still get to that point if it comes back. They may still do crowdless.
It could take
we'll
time.
see.
But yeah, I agree. Unless like I don't know, something insane happens. Like
unless
it's
we're
already
like
been crazy.
saying our goodbyes because we're the world's coming to an end. We're not gonna talk about this next week.
No, but it's crazy. A lot of people out there have to work from home and stuff now, not going to the office, avoid the large crowds.
Which is good. This is all good stuff. Like this is no reason to panic.
No, it's not
Doing
the end of
this
the
is
world.
like it's a good thing because it's like you said, it's the curve, however
Flattening
the curve. That's what it's doing, right? You get people just staying home. Stay home. Just like relax, chill for a bit.
Dude, the Prime Minister came out and said, stay home. So I'm like, okay.
Dude, he's the biggest boss. Like,
Yeah.
I can't. I gotta stay home.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, work. I can't.
Trudeau said I had to. Yeah. So.
Because it's not just like, well, if I stay home, I won't get sick. True. But if I stay home, I won't get sick.
And I won't get
take
others
the bus
sick. Yeah.
and get other people sick.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how it gets out of control.
Yep.
So we got a little negative there. But you know what?
Just
It's been a while since the ScruffCast tackled the tough topics. Remember we used to do that all the time?
We used to, yeah.
Those were the days.
Oh, I don't know if they were. I'm kidding.
I don't know. We've gone through and do 91 episodes. We are getting there. If coronavirus doesn't come in and ruin it all,
We might get to 100.
we might
9
get
weeks.
there.
It's like, I don't know. Might be tough. We'll see.
Yeah. I feel like if we didn't skip all the random episodes we just missed every now and then, we might be there.
Oh, for sure.
Not even counting the 4-month hiatus.
Yeah. We'd be there for sure.
Oh, just also as an update, if you want to get a little paranoid about it, guys should watch the movie Contagion on Netflix.
Or
But you'll definitely get paranoid.
yeah, or wait until it's all over and then you can watch it.
Yeah, because the disease in the movie bears some similarities to the coronavirus. But it's a good movie. All right.
I see you have an article in here, John.
Yeah, so I saw this the other day, and it really made me go, I remember this. You guys may remember. Oh, jeez. You guys may remember a long time ago. We talked about a video of a woman on Twitter throwing a chair over a balcony
In Toronto.
in Toronto. We were like, what the hell's this bitch doing? She's going to hurt somebody. Like, it's crazy. Right? She, just did it for the gram.
Yeah.
The Instagram. Well, I forgot all about this person existed, as I should, because there's no reason
They don't really
to
mean
remember
anything,
them.
yeah.
There was an update on that story this week. Sentencing for Chair Girl has been put over to March 30th. So apparently, she actually is being tried in
Good.
jail.
As she
Or
should.
sorry, tried in what's it called? Tried in court. But the story has since been updated from when I first added it because it's been pushed until March 30th because the judge overseeing the case has been ill and was therefore unable to finalize her decision.
Probably got the coronavirus.
So I guess we don't really have much of an update after.
All right, okay. Well,
But she did plead,
March 30th, we'll update
She
it.
pleaded guilty to mischief endangering life in connection Oh, no, she just pleaded guilty to mischief endangering life in connection with the February incident that was caught on camera. Sure, right now.
Tell you what, Jabroni of the week.
Ooh, it's been a while since that.
Yeah, she gets it. I don't even gotta wait till the end of the episode.
All right. Hero of the week, as it is every week for the last little while, Barnett, obviously.
Barnett.
Okay, shall we go into our top five?
Top five.
All right, so this week, to sort of, keep it on theme, we need suggestions for, more upbeat top fives, right? Because, we're sticking with the Corona quarantine theme here. And like you said, Dan, the ScruffCast, all about good vibes. We got to be bringing joy to people, especially if everybody's going to be inside for a while.
It's true.
We got to bring the good stuff. So email us, scruffcast@gmail.com, with your ideas for top fives, your ideas for us getting downright freaky, following us on Instagram at the ScruffCast, on Twitter at ScruffCast. Do it.
Let us know. All right, so our top five is top 5 quarantine items. So there's a few rules. John, you want to explain them? Because you have them written down. I think I have them written down.
In order to avoid, the obvious, right? Like clothes,
food, water,
family, whatever.
Yeah.
Here's the scenario. You're quarantined, right? Just came back from a nice trip to Barbados.
Yeah.
And, you got to hunker down. Trudeau's orders, right?
Yeah.
Got to self-isolate. So here's the scenario we've laid out. You're stuck in a hotel room, okay? So you're not at home, so you don't have everything. Food's provided. You could just get room service. You got your TV there. You got internet in the hotel.
Yeah.
Right? Your clothes and your toiletries, those don't count for this, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. Otherwise, because that would just be 2 items off our list.
Pants, shirt, boxers, socks. Oh, no, I'm at 4 items. Like, you'd be screwed, right? Yeah.
So that's it. Stuck in a hotel, food, TV, internet provided, clothes and toiletries don't count. What are the 5 items you bring? I guess really to just sort of keep you sane and entertain
To keep you occupied, yeah. And this is we want to know a little about you, What are your hobbies?
Yeah, because you can kind of, go in depth a little bit, talk about what you'd use it for.
That's right. Okay.
I
guess I'll
kick
kick
it off.
first.
I did the intro.
My number 5, cigarettes.
Oh, yeah, I definitely don't have this on my list.
No, you wouldn't. So I smoke, as I think everybody knows here. Going 2 weeks would be pretty tough. Or maybe it'd be a good time to quit, Could be either way.
Yeah, nothing like
I'd still bring them with me, yeah.
To help you save on your life insurance.
That's right, yeah. So that is my number 5. Just, it's pretty obvious.
My number 5, I would bring a notebook and a pen.
Oh.
So those kind of, we'll say they're 2 items. Well, it's 1 item, but you need one with both, right? So.
Oh.
The pen doesn't count as its own thing. Otherwise,
my number 4 is kind of, tied in with my number 5.
Well,
it's a lighter.
I'll bring in the notebook, and then the pen will just be.
Yours is a better idea. I'm not gonna have an honorable mention unless I can magically think of one.
All right. Well, otherwise, if I don't bring the pen with this, I'll just assume the hotel pen. You know what? I'll be like, hey, can you give me a pen? So we'll solve it.
True. No, don't worry. You can connect them. It's fine.
All right, a notebook and a pen. Now, am I gonna write songs? Am I gonna write a novel? I don't know, but I just like the idea of having, I type for a living, right? I'm a computer programmer, software engineer, actually.
Yeah.
And there's just something nice about writing stuff down on a piece of paper. Because the only time you ever used to do it was when you were a kid, and you had to do it for school, and they were forcing you to against your will. I don't care about Catcher in the Rye or whatever shit they made us read, right?
Yeah.
So I'd want to bring that. Just just write my thoughts. Just write, maybe I start working on a screenplay, or maybe I write some songs or something. I don't know.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
All right. My number 4, my guitar.
Oh.
Yeah, I can practice, try to get a little better, maybe learn some songs, learn some more songs. I have a lot of time. I like playing it. It's fun. I don't get to play it as much at home anymore. But I would just want to get better at it, right? Keep learning. That'd be a perfect time. You got 14 days,
Exactly.
So, guitar. Number 4.
All right. My number 4, I would bring my Nintendo Switch.
Nice.
I mean, enough said. Just get to sit back.
Video games,
play the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
The nice thing is, since it's handheld, you could lay back and play it in bed.
Yeah.
I'd be taking lots of naps.
Oh, yeah. I'd be napping all the time. I probably wouldn't even... I'd be, taking naps. Wouldn't even sleep,
Yeah, you would have.
I'd wake up at like 9 p.m. from a 3-hour nap, and at 12 I'd go down for another 3 hours. I'd be like an infant. That's what I'd be like.
Yeah, if you didn't have windows, you'd have no concept of time.
Yeah, I'd wake up and
long do you
like
think
poo
it
and
would-
eat, and then I'd go back to sleep.
How long do you think it would take having no window to lose the concept of day and night?
Yeah,
If you're in a room with no windows.
You had no clock, no windows. Oh.
Like a day? Probably not.
No, I think it'd be like a week.
After a
To
solid
really like throw your body off.
Because even going on vacation, like after like 3-4 days, you're like, what day of the week is it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But to actually lose your rhythm of the time of day.
It'd be a little harder, but you could still do it for sure.
Yeah, but if you had no clock and you're locked in there, I think you would.
Yeah,
you would lose it for sure.
for sure. All right, my number 3, a deck of cards. I know normally you play cards with somebody else, but like, have you ever like laid the cards out and played solitaire?
I think I have like long ago.
Anyway, like I like doing it. I still enjoy doing it. I like playing solitaire like that. Yeah, there's just a lot you do with deck cards. I don't know. You can practice Magic too. I just thought of that right now.
We all know that I love Magic.
I know you do. We can get really good at Magic in that time. You know,
I think episode 1 was when I talked about how I wanted to be a magician as a kid.
writing at the tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. The tapes that I didn't get because my mom was a liar.
Right. Yeah, so I'd bring deck cards, like playing solitaire. It's fun playing deck cards. There's a lot of stuff you can do. I can learn how to throw them really well.
Yeah, you could.
That would be really cool.
See if you get them to stick into that shitty hotel, that wallpaper wall material.
Yeah.
Could stick
Exactly.
right in.
I would like learn how to shuffle really cool, like cool ways of shuffling. That's the cards shuffling.
It's called the bridge shuffle.
I know how to do that. I would learn like cooler ways. You know?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like where I like throw them in the air and they mix in the air, and then I catch them in my hand like one solid pile.
Man,
Don't know if you can do it. I'll
being
find
stuck
out.
in a hotel for 14 days would really suck. I'd almost be rather be stuck on the island.
Yeah.
Dude,
Man.
at least then you have water and a beach.
Yeah, it's true.
They can't drink, but anyways.
All right.
My number 3, because variety is the spice of life. Nothing better than more video games. I would bring my PlayStation 4.
All right.
I love the Nintendo Switch, but I've got just a bevy of games to play on the PS4 that I have yet to start.
Gotcha.
My gaming backlog spreadsheet that I think I've mentioned once or twice on the show before. So
Yes,
I'd bring that. I mean, no explanation needed. I wouldn't even need the internet. I don't want to play with anybody else.
I don't think you need anything else.
No.
I think you'd be good with just that, to be honest
Probably.
with you. I'm surprised it's so low on your list.
I mean, I love video games, but we'll say the other things are more.
All right, fair enough. All right, my number 2 is the Nintendo Switch.
Oh.
So again, yeah, I'm not big into video games, but I do like the Switch, and it'd be nice to, change it up, play some video games. And there's a few games I have that got a bone to pick with them, Got to finish them out.
Yeah, go back to Super Mario Odyssey, get all those moons again.
Yeah, beat that one again, and beat Crash Bandicoot. Beat all 3.
Yeah,
Difficult games, man.
Yeah, those games are hard.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd bring the Switch. Like you said, I like the handheld part of it. You dock it on the TV, it's perfect. Multi-purpose.
Yeah, it's just all about the chill,
Yeah.
All right. My number 2, I would bring my cell phone, my smartphone, if you will. Because it's so versatile, but it would also allow you to FaceTime and keep up with the people outside of you.
You wouldn't feel
Outside of your
so
room.
disconnected.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because if you just stay inside for a long time, after a while, it gets a little gloomy in there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it.
Not
All
that
right.
I mean, phones are versatile. You could use it to listen to music, everything.
Everything, yeah. All right. My honorable mention would be my pillow.
It's a good
Now,
one.
everybody's got their own pillow that they like, right? You go to a hotel, the pillows are uncomfortable. I find sometimes it's like, okay, wait, I need 2 pillows. 2 pillows is too high. I go back down to 1. Damn it, this is too low.
I
It's
hate
like
that, yeah.
not perfect, right? So I'd bring my own pillow, kind of smells like home. It's, got everything to it. It's the comfort you want, right? Give you the best night's sleep possible.
That's true. A week of bad sleep, 2 weeks of bad sleep, that'd kill you.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd bring the pillow.
All right, my honorable mention is my noise-canceling Bluetooth headphones.
Oh,
so I
smart.
like these for a couple reasons. They're wireless because they're Bluetooth, but they can also be wired, so I could plug them into something like my Nintendo Switch if I wanted. And they're noise-canceling. And now you may think, you're just by yourself in the hotel room. Why do you need the headphones? But sometimes I just want to put the headphones on because I just want to lock out the whole rest of the world, right? I want to get in the zone. I want to get focused. Well, I take the notebook that I mentioned earlier as number 5. I learned to draw or something. I don't know.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I
That's
like
my
that.
honorable mention.
All right, my number one is my phone. For sure, for all the exact same reasons you said, right? You can keep in contact with everybody. You don't feel as disconnected. You can listen to your podcast, ScruffCast. You can listen to music. You can do whatever you want, right? And like, I don't know, we're everybody's connected by the hip to their phone, right? Like that would be the hardest thing to not have with you, like for that period of time, regardless of anything. So,
I mean, that's true, because how often do you walk around now and you feel like and you're like, my phone's not even on me.
it's like a certain there's a name for it. I forget what it's called.
It's kind of scary how dependent we are on phones.
It's
I've had
wild,
my
man.
phone in my hand and worried where my phone is. Like,
Yeah.
oh
yeah, man. Yeah. All right.
my number one. Now, for the same reasons, being versatile as a phone, but even more versatile is my laptop.
Oh.
Because not only can I use it the same way I can use the phone to, like, listen to music or whatever, I could read books on it, right? One thing I thought of bringing on the list is like my Kobo, like my e-reader.
Yeah.
But I figured, why use up a spot when the laptop can do it all? I could probably even live without the phone if I had the laptop, but then I thought the phone would make it easier to call people or text people and stuff like that.
True, yeah.
And using the shitty mic just on here, I could record the ScruffCast
True.
by myself.
Yeah.
So,
Good
thing.
thing.
Laptop.
All right. There we go. There's your top 5. Let us know what your top 5 quarantine items would be. We're curious to see. Let us know. Give us a little insight. A little insight into who you are. What items did you bring with you?
Yeah.
Maybe somebody would bring like a meat cleaver. I don't know.
Yeah, one thing I thought of and then I forgot. I can't remember. I think it might have been the guitar. I thought, maybe I'll learn to play the guitar.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, good call.
You can bring like your putter. Practice your putts.
Yeah, that would, yeah.
There's a lot of opportunity out there. So write into scruffcast@gmail.com with your top 5 quarantine items and with your suggestions for future top 5s. And I want to know, now I know we said we weren't going to really get into it next episode, but how are you guys feeling about the coronavirus? Are you out there? Are you getting nervous?
That's the thing. We'll extend it to the emails.
Are you scooping your chips with spoons? We got to know.
There may be some people out there scooping their chips with spoons.
We got to know.
Yeah. Let us know. Are you guys scared? Do you guys not care? Let us know. We're here to comfort you too,
Yeah, I like to think that the ScruffCast is sort of like, it's like the pulse of the city,
That's quite the that's quite the claim there. Okay?
You listen to it and you get an idea.
I don't know if I can back you up on that.
You get an idea of what's going on. If you won't even go with it, then I know.
Considering neither of us even live in the city.
No.
Shout out to Kalon for actually telling us about those headphones, by the way, that you had in the top 5 list. I was going to say at the time, I forgot. We wouldn't even know about these headphones. I have a pair as well, actually. I wouldn't bring them, but I have a pair. Shout out to Kalon. Those are fantastic headphones. At a reasonable price.
Yep. Very good.
Alrighty. Yeah, so that's it. Let us know your top 5. Let us know how you're feeling about COVID-19.
Yeah, because apparently coronavirus is just like a type of virus. So there's been plenty of corona. Like the common cold is a coronavirus.
Oh, no idea.
But this is a specific new strain.
Gotcha.
It came from the bat soup over in China.
Oh, the old bat soup.
Yep.
Alrighty. That's it then. That was episode 91 of the ScruffCast. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll catch you next week.
As I'm watching her go, all I'm thinking is, oh damn that bad thing. I can tell you're really good at distracting.
Yeah, I'd wake up and
long do you think it
poo
would-
and eat, and then I'd go back to sleep.